What is the coolest type of superpower? Magic, of course. Most anime is based on a fictional world with things like magic, gods, and/or demons. Here are the top 10 most powerful magic users in all of anime. So welcome back to Animeology, and today we will show you the top 10 action anime with an overpowered magic user. Before we begin, be sure to drop a like and subscribe down below for more anime top 10s, and without further ado, let's get right into the video. Number 10, Sky Wizard's Academy. This story follows a young man named Kanate Age, a very strong man. He was once the greatest wizard in the city of Misutogen. Now, he's nothing more than a traitor. He has to teach a band of misfits, 3 girls, a hothead, a nervous wreck, and a goddess. They have yet to reach their full potential. With Kanata's help, maybe they can break their losing streak. Sky Wizards are there to protect the city from the evil devil beetles. Sky Wizards Academy brings us to a school of wizards who must learn how to defend their home from devil beetles. As they wield magical abilities, our characters bring us excitement and jaw-dropping action sequences, all the while learning how to balance the struggles and success of being teens. Number 9, DGray Man. The main protagonist in this 19th century set series is Alan Walker, a new teen recruit of the Black Order who has trouble controlling his own mysterious and dark power. This is one of the most iconic animes from the mid to late 2000s, and the amount of positive reception from fans has been overwhelming. Like many popular anime and JRPGs from the era, DGray Man has a decidedly religious undertone to its premise, though its use of Judeo-Christian theology is loose at best. The series is about a group of exorcists called the Black Order, who use an array of mystical weapons powered by innocence to defend the world against the Noah family. This family is made up of corrupted reincarnations of the biblical Noah and his followers, who, led by the Millennium Earl, wage war against God and his creations. The Noah family used dark matter to combat the Black Order's innocence, as well as a means to summon and control demons. The absence of the manga was painful for all, and the amount of joy over its return shows just how popular this series was and still is. If you haven't seen or read DGray Man yet, you're doing yourself an injustice. Had this series not run into any roadblocks, there's no doubt in my mind that it would still be running today and giving shows like Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, and Fairy Tail a run for its money. Number 8, Demon King Daimao. This is the story of love, magic, and battles, and it revolves around Akuto Sai, a boy who aims to be part of his country's highest order of magicians and contribute to society as one of its clergy. Akuto has an incredible amount of power with him, and it sometimes gets out of control. Akuto has a highly serious personality, but he's not without a sense of humor. On the day that he is admitted into Constant Magical Academy, his aptitude test predicts the following: future occupation, Demon King. Thus begins his severe school life, in which he is resented by his studious female class head, desired by a girl with mysterious powers, and guarded by a beautiful android. Demon King Daimao is about accepting one's destiny. The protagonist, Akuto Sai, wants to grow up to be a high priest and help change the world. Well, the kid gets his wish, though not exactly in the way he expected, when it's revealed that he's destined to be the dreaded Demon King. Needless to say, it ain't easy being the future Demon King. Number 7, Tears to Tiara. Rhiannon, priestess of the Gale tribe, is kidnapped by a priest from the Holy Empire who plans on using her as a sacrifice in his ritual for summoning a demon. Arthur, Rhiannon's older brother, who is also their tribe's first warrior, leads a party to try to rescue her, but they arrive too late, and Aron, the Demon King, is resurrected. However, Aron has no interest in consuming Rhiannon and instead rescues her and helps Arthur defeat the Imperial troops. Despite having more questions than answers about the mysterious stranger, Rhiannon gives herself to Aron as his husband, which automatically makes him the leader of the Gale tribe, much to Arthur's chagrin. Aron begrudgingly accepts this position, but secretly he has his own plan, one he's been waiting centuries to enact. Tears to Tiara, on the other hand, has not only a great story, but also a cast of characters who are pretty damn good overall. The plot is extremely well paced and flowing, and there's nothing that occurs that doesn't have an impact on the progress of the story, although some instances may not seem that way at first. Number 6. Knights and Magic. Ernesti Echevalier used to be an extremely prodigious programmer who had a deep fascination with giant robot models. Upon his death in Japan, he was reincarnated into a world where his hobby was made real. Giant magical mechs known as Silhouette Knights are used by each nation in battle, and are the most powerful weapons on the planet. Growing older, Iru, as he is known, decides to become a Knight Runner and fulfill his dream of piloting and eventually creating his very own giant robot. Knights in Magic certainly isn't the first time we've seen giant robots in a fantasy setting. However, this series focused a lot on the interesting aspects of the mechanics that went into building these machines, as well as perfectly lining up with Iru's personal motivations. Knights and Magic keeps things moving as much as possible to the benefit of entertainment, a much welcome change. If you're a fan of fantasy/magic and giant robots, Knights and Magic is right up your alley. The only reason this anime falls short of 5 stars is because of how fast they introduce most of the plot and characters in a single episode. Number 5. FullTime Magister. FullTime Magister circles around a boy named Mo Fan. One day, he woke up in a world where everything has changed. It's a world where magic is everything. His original world was advanced in science, but he is now in a world where magic evolved into something greater. When he goes to school, he sees that his school teaches magic. Everyone from the academy has one goal: to become a powerful magician. This is a very enjoyable, short magic anime with a strong and determined hero who wants to change the lives of himself and those around him. He's an underdog with immense potential and a culmination of rare abilities, and for the most part, he hides his true power from all around him. Watch this show and you'll not be disappointed. Number 4. Worldbreak, Area of Curse for a Holy Swordsman. The synopsis is one of the main reasons why I watched this anime, because everything about it just sounds really interesting. People have memories from their past life and they use that to have superpowers? Like, what? That's pretty freaking cool, and I haven't seen any type of anime that's like that. But let's just ignore the harem part. I promise you it's worth the watch, and just ignore that in the anime, okay? This anime takes place at the Akane Private Academy, where students who possess memories of their previous lives are being trained to use orchestral arts, so they can become defenders who will go against monsters called metaphysicals. But known as saviors, the students are broken up into 2 categories. One who can use their prana, or others who can use magic. As we go through this anime, we see other protagonists who can use both, which is honestly super overpowered. This is now where we meet one of the protagonists named Moroha Haimura. Moroha meets a girl named Satsuki Ranjo who claims to be his little sister in their former lives. Soon afterwards, he meets another girl, Shitsuno Yurishibara, who reveals that she also knew Moroha in an entirely different past life. Coming in at number 3, That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. As silly as its title might be, That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime gives a good summary for both its main protagonist and main content. It's an honest, charming little adventure that pulls no punches and decides to just go straight ahead for what it promised the viewers, and is more than meets the eye. That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime follows Rimuru Tempest, a slime who recently reincarnated into a delightful shape-shifting protagonist. While his previous life as a 37-year-old run-of-the-mill corporate worker named Satoru Mikami was a bit drab, Rimuru's new life includes many fantastic adventures which are anything but ordinary. From being named by a great storm dragon named Veldora, to saving, and at times eating, various other monsters, Rimuru embarks on new goals with a colorful cast of comrades. That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime isn't much different, except it is. Yes, it uses Shion as little more than a bouncy house beauty, but it also makes fun of that trope. My greatest compliment to the show is that it doesn't take itself too seriously. It abuses slapstick humor in a way that percolates a lighthearted and easy-to-watch anime. It laughs at itself in every conceivable way. Number 2. Fairy Tail. At the end of the Fairy Tail anime, Natsu had become the strongest character in all of the series. The Fire Dragon Slayer is the brother of the Black Wizard Zeref, the most powerful mage in history. In the last arc, Natsu was able to defeat not only the immortal being Zeref, but also put an end to the terror of Animeology, the king of dragons with his near-infinite magical power, and save the world from destruction. Honestly, fairy tales come with many flaws, but they are easily overcome by the good quality characters of Fairy Tail. You should definitely see this anime. It's one of my favorite anime, and when I say Fairy Tail is good, I mean it's great. Fairy Tail anime is infused with great animation, storyline, music, humor, values, and fan service. What else do you need? And finally at number 1, Overlord. Overlord is one of those anime titles that we have seen a million times over in the past few years. But what makes Overlord stand out is that it's done from a different perspective that I've always wanted to see. What happens if a villain is stuck in the game? Overlord answers this question and goes deeper into the realms of personal morality, taking a backseat to keeping up appearances. Plus, a cast of amusing demons keeps you wanting more. The anime's plot starts when a dive massively multiplayer online role-playing game, or DMMORPG, called Yggdrasil is released, standing out among all the other DMMORPGs due to its unusually high ability for the player to interact with the game. Just like all good things, this game also runs its course. After 12 long years, the game servers are about to be shut down. Within the game, there exists a guild, Eins Ul Gon. Once consisting of 41 members, is credited as one of the strongest guilds in the game. In this guild, we have a skeletal Overlord character named Momonga, who decides to stay in the game until the servers shut down, but miraculously finds himself stuck in the game. The game after the shutdown creates an alternate reality out of itself. Though an ardent fan of the game, he doesn't know if it's a boon or curse. It is not the life he's used to. In this series, he deals with this adventure.